So these are the three skills that has helped me, and I wanted to share with you when I'm using ChatGPT. And what that is this. So remember input, process, output. So these are the skills that are very helpful to know. And I'm going to make this bigger for you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And this the way our ADHD brain think and the way ChatGPT think, is that helpful for you? If it is, please just write an H in the chat so I know that that's something helpful and an aha moment. If something I say is very helpful for you, say it in the chat so I know what resonates with you. So this is the first skill you need when you're doing when you're using ChatGPT. Your input, meaning what you need to put in the prompts right here, has to be clear and flexible. Clear but flexible. So what I mean by that is, and I'm just double checking to make sure. Okay, and Brianna, thank you. So Brianna said that it's helpful, and let me know also which one resonates with you and anyone else watching. But H works for me, so I know I'm in the right path. So this when you're inputting in that chat box, the first skill for us ADHDer. Now I'm the when we talked about before up here, these are just in general what everyone does. Now I'm going to specify what an ADHD brain like me does. So first, I'm clear and flexible, meaning tell ChatGPT what output you want, but stay flexible about how it gets there. That's why the prompts, those very strict prompts that tells you you must use this prompt so you can get the best output. And then my executive function uh, ADHD brain freaks out, going, "I'm not gonna remember that prompt," and so you don't have to. You can be flexible about how you get there. So, and see, I use example phrasing. So instead of prompts, I use phrasing. Somehow, saying that these are example prompts is like triggering for me. So I use the word phrasing. There you go. That's just for me. So an example of a bad example is, give me a marketing plan, and that's it. ChatGPT will give you a marketing plan, but it's probably not something that's going to be helpful for you. But a better prompt is, help me create a simple marketing plan that feels doable with my limited energy and time. Prioritize small, quick wins over complicated strategies. I want this to feel simple. I don't want it to suck my energy. So I really want things simple. Simplify, 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 right? So those are an example. And don't worry, we're going to do this together as well. So make sure you pull up your chat GPT. I just wanted to give you an overview. So first, clear and flexible. And then the next skill is compassionate request. You're probably wondering, wait, it's a technology, so why do I need to, it doesn't have feelings or anything like that. Now here's what I'm going to tell you is that, remember how human trainers, we're talking about human trainers here, many ADHDers unconsciously use shaming words like, why can't I do this, right? So if you if you use harsh language, ChatGPT mirrors that back to you, like your kids. If you use harsh language, then your kids start using the language that you use as well, to you, to their friends, to school, at school. So how would you feel if your own tool, your own AI tool, makes you feel bad because it's talking to you harshly? I wouldn't want that. And so speak to ChatGPT the way you wish someone would speak to you on a tough day. Again, that's consistent with the human trainer mentality, and it supports your emotional regulation. ADHDers, I find, for me as an ADHD, who was diagnosed over 20 years ago that emotional regulation is the hardest thing to manage for my symptoms. And so that's why it's helpful to have an AI tool that I've trained to be compassionate as well. And so, example, bad phrasing, fix my broken business plan. Okay, it'll fix it. It'll tell you what's wrong, and it might be harsh back, and you'll feel like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like a failure. I can't even write a decent business plan." But if you a better phrasing would be, "Help me," and you can even start with please. Please help me gently organize my business plan so it feels supportive, not overwhelming. For me and the person reading it, let's break it into easy steps. Breaking down steps is very important for our ADHD brain because one of our executive function challenges is being overwhelmed with just big projects. So asking ChatGPT to break it into easy steps for us is really, really helpful. And then the next very helpful for me, especially as a woman, is use language about energy and priority. Moms, our women's life cycle, our hormones, our women's life cycle, as I mentioned, that includes pregnancy, puberty, pregnancy, um, perimenopause, menopause, old age, breastfeeding life cycle, all of that affects our energy. And in my community, Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs, I have a course that explains how our energy actually and hormonal changes actually affects our productivity. So our ADHD and our hormones all relate to each other in we have to manage them so that we can be productive in our business and also just in life in general. So use ChatGPT to help you manage your energy. So what do I mean by that? This is it. ADHDers don't work on standard time. We're time blind, right? We have inconsistent energy patterns, more responsibilities depending on our season of life. We our energy level is lower. Women's life cycle and hormones, like I mentioned, some days we have 30% energy, other days we have 95%, and you use ChatGPT to match your energy level. This is transformational, moms. And let me know in the chat if you've been trying to look for a tool that would help you with your energy level, both your ADHD symptom and also your energy level with your hormones. Tell me yes in the chat if you've been looking for something like that. And you can use ChatGPT for that, and I'll show you how. And so tell ChatGPT how much energy you have at that particular time and what feels most important for you to do. And what you could do is this. For example, a bad phrasing would be make my to do list. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. But a better is I have low energy today, but I have to work on my blog. How many times have you had low energy and you had to do a task? And if you're a blogger, mompreneur, this is something you can use. You can copy and paste this phrasing. But I have to work on my blog. Help me create a to do list with just three small tasks that would still move my business forward so that three small can move the needle for your business. You don't have to do all the things that you need to do for your blog that you usually do when you have high energy. You have low energy today, so let's honor that. And then let's figure out what task you can do. So when you look at this, and again, we're going to do this together. Let me erase this here. Does anyone have have encountered that issue of like low energy because of your hormones, or your ADHD symptoms feel worse depending on your energy level and your hormones, just let me know in the chat if this is something helpful for you. Um, so just remember this, that you want to be clear, flexible, you want to be compassionate with your requests, and you want to use energy and prioritize language. This is an example of an image that ChatGPT created for me. And then after it did this, I this is one of the things I asked it to do. Instead of saying prompts, replace it with phrases. And then also I said, also instead of saying success, use the word thriving. Remember how I mentioned I prefer thriving than success because it's more empowering? Please use my brand color of green and yellow because I want this to reflect my brand and my voice. It should also say ADHD friendly. This was a typo before. Please correct. Thanks. I even thank it. And it came up with this. So it changed the phrases, it turned it into my color. And if you click this link here, you can download that for you and you can print it so that you can remember the 3 skills that you need for that can help your ADHD when you're using ChatGPT. And these are the sample prompts that we talked about. So you have access to that. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. So let's say we're going, oh, is that too small, ladies? Okay. So make my to-do list. So when I go to ChatGPT, if you can go to your ChatGPT right now and follow along, that'll be great. So you can see the difference. And so if you've used ChatGPT before, it's going to remember what your previous chats were, so that the response it'll give you is based on what it remembers from your previous chat. If you've done any other if you've done the update memory while we were talking about it, it will remember that too. So go ahead and start a new chat. And then say, create a to do list for writing a blog post. Tuk. And then I press enter. And then it's thinking. Of course, here's a simple to do list for writing a blog post. So it starts giving me the to-do list, even with a check mark. Plan and prepare. Choose the blog post topic. Define the target audience. Research your keywords. Gather key points. So, and then it'll say draft post, how to edit and revise, add visuals. It even tells you for SEO, final review, publish and promote. And then it has these suggestions. If it helps you, then use it. But if it doesn't, then don't. And so this is very generic. Everyone who will type blog to-do list for writing blog posts usually got this, and it's not bad. I'm just saying that if you wanted it to be tailored to you and your energy, then let's use this. So I'm going to and copy and paste that here. Okay, I have low energy today, but I have to work on my blog. Help me create a to-do list with just 3 small tasks that would still move my business forward. And I'm even going to add something to it just so you see how just use natural language. Don't think like a techie. I am not a techie. I don't have an engineering degree, computer science degree. I'm just a geek, yes, but a proud geek. And my background is in law, and my major was in sociology. So nothing to do with AI at all in terms of being a techie. But if you use natural language, just how you would talk to a child, then it will understand you, so that you don't overcomplicate things. Simplify, simplify, simplify. If you like simplify as a mantra, go ahead and type in the chat and say yes. And I appreciate that. So, and then what I'm going to add is also, I have to pick up my son. Let me move that son from school, and I'm going to make this bigger so you can see. There you go. I have to pick up my son from school in, let's say, 20 minutes. So when it creates my to do list, please take that into consideration. And then press enter. Got it. Let's keep it simple, realistic, and doable in 20 minutes. Here's 3 small task to do list for you. Mini blog work to do list, low energy, and the 20-minute version. I love its heading sometimes. Choose your blog topic or reaffirm it. Spend 2 to 3 minutes just picking and confirming one topic you want to write about. Brain dump, 5 quick bullet points, open a doc, write the first sentence of your intro, open the door for when you come back later. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a first step. Bonus mindset tip. These tiny actions stack. You already have a head start when you sit down again later. And it even suggests, would you like a pep talk sentence? I love it. Now, I'm a very purpose driven person, as I mentioned. And so that's why it talks to me this way. I trained it to give me mindset tips, affirmations that can help me throughout the day, because as a mompreneur, um, feedback is very hard, because you're not working with someone else if you're a solopreneur like I am. So ChatGPT can be your AI assistant or your assistant, ADHD assistant, that way. So that's that, the 3 skills.